Alrighty guys, sorry I'm late. Had to get gas on the way in, and then I had a hell of a time getting this live feed to get any kind of a feed going. So I understand some of you might not come in because you've already been here and I wasn't here, so that's cool too. I can't put these things, schedule these things ahead of time because there's no guarantee I'll ever be somewhere at that specific 6:30 in the morning. But had to stop and get gas. Most definitely. Had to. Somebody's in. And once again, I'm back on not having really good chat. So let me see if I can fix that by maybe laying my phone down on my buddy's channel. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Hang with me, guys. Let me see who all that was, maybe. Mr. Crawley, good morning, sir. How are you doing this fine day? I'm trying to get this up on the phone also so I can see chat better, but you know what? It's probably not going to work on that either, because the phone probably going to do the same thing to me. Did he? And it doesn't show my feed. Interesting. Okay, now I've got chat up. I'm doing okay. I'm a little late today, guy, because I had to stop and get gas. And then I thought I was going to be able to do this in the office, but I can't. I have to get out here in the hall. It sat back there for 3 or 4 minutes trying to log in, and it wouldn't do it. So hopefully this will work for a while. I definitely got to get a new service provider if I'm going to keep doing these, though. That's for sure. Because AT&T is just bonkers. Really bonkers. Oh, Lordy. It's going to be a long day. I can already tell. It's getting off to one of those kind of starts. I usually start this at 6:30. Because most days I'm at work by 6:15. It gives me 15 minutes to get everything set up. But today I had to stop and get gas on the way in, and where I stop is 10 miles up the road and kind of out of the way, because I get the jack gas really cheap there. Whatever the local price is, we get 5 cents off on the gallon if I buy it there. So it's worth the money in the long run. And it's worth the inconvenience in the long run. Well, if you're on the East Coast, it'd be 7:30. 6:30 Central is when I started. So on the East Coast, which you're in Boston, then you'll be at 7:30. 6:30 CST, because I'm in Central. Yep, 7:30 your time, sir. Usually. Like I said, I got here late today, so it's going to be a short one. It's not going to be as long as the others. But, yeah. That's just the way it goes. That, and I had to do my StarCop duty on the way in. Somebody was out there doing 60 miles an hour in a 30 down Main Street here in Daleville. He won't do that again. Well, he can do it again, but he probably won't do it after he sees what that fine's going to cost him. So hopefully he'll slow down. Now, I know the man's in a hurry to get home, but we got people out there trying to cross the street, get to restaurants and stuff, and he's doing way over the 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. Double the speed limit. Not good. Yep, 7:30 your time, for sure. That's what we try for. We don't always make it. Man, if you want to do one and you got good internet, go for it. You want the 7:30 to 9 o'clock time frame, I'll gladly not do them. I just started doing them because nobody was using it. That's the only reason I started it. Yep, that was the only reason. And I can't always run it to 8 o'clock because sometimes I've got to teach in the mornings. Most days I don't, but sometimes I have to teach in the morning, so I have to be over there in the classroom by 7:15. So I can't run it all the way to 8 some days. All depends upon who I get to teach that day, or if I'm even teaching that day. I looked at the schedule for the month of November, and my goodness, I wish I had some leave saved up because I think I'm teaching out of the entire month of November. I may be teaching 7 days, so not very long. That's a work week in 2 days. So I guess I'm getting 2 work weeks and 3 days to work on anything else. Hey Manic, how we doing? Sorry we were a little late this morning, my bud, but I had to stop and get gas. For sure. Had to fill up the old beast and take some home for the house. I got through some videos last night. I'm not sure. I don't know who alls they were. Really can't remember. But boy, I must have went through about 30 or 40 last night trying to catch up. Nameless, good morning. How's things going, buddy? Yeah, I guess I kind of do. But Mr. Crawley, they'd come and follow you too. Like I said, if you want to come on every morning at 7:30 and run till 9 o'clock, or hell, you could probably come on at 7 maybe. I would just be on my way to work. I wouldn't be able to log in, but it's not a problem. Like I say, I wasn't even ever going to do it at all. I was doing a test on my camera and my microphone back when Val was going to interview me, and I'd even typed in the title, test, and hell, by the time I checked out and made sure it worked, there was like 7 people in the room. And that's when it gave me the idea that maybe somebody would come at these hours of the morning. I just, gave people some way to get here. Yeah, I don't, No, I haven't even had time to mess with it, man. Work has been so busy, and when I get home, I'm doing things for the church and around the house. Had beautiful weather yesterday, and didn't even get a chance to launch one drone. By the time I got home and ate dinner, it was time to go to church, and by the time I got back, it was dark. Not a whole lot, Manic. Not a whole lot. Not much going on at all. Today's an easy day of teaching. I call it Arts and Crafts Day. I give my students a map and they get to draw out an instrument approach for their aircraft. So they get to play with pencils and pens and things like that. It looks like a preschool or kindergarten class drawing on things is what it ends up looking like. It's a lot of fun though. Oh, good. Yeah, and that's the other thing. I've been trying to catch up on videos, and if I get home and it's just the slightest adverse conditions, like I've been trying to get the Piper up, and I'm not putting him up there in 15, 20 knot winds. Like, he could probably handle it, but I don't know that I could fly it and land it with those kinds of winds. I kind of like putting the Piper up when it's calm. And I'm telling you right now, if my GoPro doesn't get a picture of that thing pretty soon, I'm going to chuck it in the trash. I've changed the cards in it since the last time it failed. I played with it around the house. The film's fine. Every time I've taken it outside to film, it comes up and says that it crashes. So. Yeah, weather can be a bummer at times. But on the lighter side, it was 59 degrees at the house this morning, so we finally got a little taste of fall. Of course, it'll get up to 85 or 90 this afternoon. No doubt about it. It'll get there. Ooh. No, I don't want to touch that. Yesterday I touched my phone and I accidentally kicked somebody out. A dronologist, I think. Yeah, I think he got kicked out yesterday by accident. And then he had bad weather, couldn't get on the Val show, so I didn't get to tell him it was by accident. So, Michael, good morning. How's things in Philly? Oh, you're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. Yeah, I got this from my students. Every time I teach, we have to tell them our general background, and I always tell them I missed the big one. And they go, what? I says, yeah, I missed the big one. I missed Vietnam. And I said, I served in the Vietnam era, but I didn't really get to go to Vietnam. When I went through basic, they trained us to go to Vietnam, and I ended up in Germany. Yeah, they saw this over at the local store that sells hats around military bases. And it's the first one I'd ever seen that actually says Vietnam era instead of Vietnam vet. So I said, yeah, I'll wear that, guys. Good. Get out there and fly, Michael. Amen to that. Yeah, I often wonder, all these people that don't like the military or want it to be real tiny, you wonder how they're going to like speaking Russian or Chinese. Because the only thing that stops that from happening is the military. And I'm still getting notifications in today. Well, I guess that's a good thing. They still need to come in. By the way, I'm out in my hallway again because I can't get a signal in the office. I tried to get it back there, but I can't get one. So. Yeah, just I tried to bring the signal in a little stronger. It's a little stronger out here, but obviously it didn't make it all the way to the office. It's not strong enough in the office to do this. So, yeah, it's a nice, comfortable place to sit. As long as it's doing fairly decent, I can do them from here. Now at home, it's a different story. I get up at 5:30 every day, and I have a somewhat decent internet there, especially if nobody else is on it. No. Yeah, if you're not ready to go, you're not ready to defend yourself, somebody will stomp on you. One of the more interesting studies and researches on World War II was after the bombing of Pearl Harbor. The Japanese wanted to go and attack the West Coast, and Yamamoto was always against that. And he says, you go ahead and attack that, and every place you go, there'll be a gun. Everybody has a gun. Well, I guess he didn't know about California, but you know, everybody will have a gun. You'll be fighting the whole nation, and you just won't be able to do it. It's not like going into the Philippines where nobody has a gun, or up into China where nobody has a gun. But I always found that kind of interesting. People always want to take away our guns. Yeah, I agree, Michael. There's people out there that, you know, most of us in here don't do things that get noticed and get in trouble. But even the people out there that aren't out to do bad things with the drones go out and do stupid things with the drones. But yeah, we need to watch out. You could do some pretty bad things, that's for sure. So Michael, you got on any more long walks? That was a pretty cool video. Nope, the aircraft are running up. I know you guys probably can't hear them, but you get a loud hum in this building when they start running. Oh yeah, you wouldn't take much. Biological threats are very light. It would not take much. It would not take much. Yeah. Are you you're down in Australia, aren't you, Manic? That's still good though, Michael. You keep it up. I can't do nothing but help you. So you have the same requirements down there. You have to get a license. Whoa, that's expensive. Hey KGF, good morning and welcome. Let me see if I can help you out there a little bit. There you go, have a wrench. DJ, good morning, sir. How are we doing? Yeah, for you guys that came late, you're not the only ones that are a little late. I was late this morning. I didn't get on until almost 7 o'clock. I think it was like 10 of or something like that. Central. So 10 to 8 Eastern. Had to stop and get gas on the way in. Then I had to do some deputy duties downtown Daleville here. But I eventually made it here. I don't. Somebody else in here might. Getting rid of the monsters, eh, DJ? Ah, Lordy. Hang on, guys. Yes, sir. Blue glasses of what? That building side here, over there, you walk down the end of this sidewalk, turn to the Yeah, that's why I keep my front door locked. You get people that come up to it all the time. They're lost bigger than doo-doo shit, and they want instructions how to find a building on this airfield. I guess after almost 40 years of being on this airfield on and off, I know where the buildings are. So, ah, Lordy. Yeah, I can't sub you right now, KGF, but I'll come back into this chat afterwards when I get on my computer and I'll do it. But I can't do it on the iPad without leaving everything shut down. You have to start it back up. But we will get you. Okay, Manic, have a good night. Have a good flight in the morning when you get up, okay, buddy? Oh, I thought you said you had to go. My apologies. That's what happens when the print's so damn small. Yeah, I'm in the hallway, dragging a signal in, and this may be where I have to do them from now on, DJ, because I've got the Apple iPad Pro camera. I've got the regular signal. The only reason I don't like doing it here is, even though we don't have students in here till the afternoons, ever, in this building, I'm right where people can see, and actually right now they can't unless they actually come up to the door. And as far as I'm concerned, ain't none of their business what I'm doing. But yeah, this might just be where I have to do them from now on. I don't know if you remember the first time I started getting buffered, I said I was out in the hall, and I was over there in that corner, and everybody could see me when they walked by, and everybody wanted to come up and talk. It's like, guys, I ain't got time for this. I'm doing something. I'm hoping my battery doesn't die. Ooh, tell you what, give me just a second. I'm gonna go get my charger. There, now she can't die. Yeah, maybe I'll just start doing them from here. On the weekends I'm at home. They should be fairly decent at home. Hey, Camro. Good morning. You having a good time down there in Japan? All the way on the other side of the world, basically. Kind of like Australia. Yeah, I know the stream lags from the office, but I prefer doing it in the office. Mike, I think he's talking about a lesson, a module in when I teach online. A module is like lesson 1 would be module 1, and you pay by the module for some courses. So like module 1 might cover VFR sectionals, and module 2 might cover the CFR part 107 information. These ways, I think that's what he's talking about. That's how it is here. When I do an online class with people, I break it down into modules, whereas in the classroom, I break it down into lessons. So if you just think of a module as a lesson, or kind of like a chapter in a book. Hey, Pusa, let me wrench you up, my friend. You should have a wrench now. Morning, Mark.
Morning. Your antenna working or no?
Well, I'm now getting 3 bars here instead of 2, but I'm still only getting 2 back there instead of 1, and 2's not strong enough. So it's working, but not to the extent I would like it to work. You brought in your CAC reader, did it break or something, or?
No. It's just that
Oh,
if I go around to all the computers and start them up, it's easier just to plug this thing in and it works.
Yeah, yeah.
Some of the keyboards work.
Yeah, I forgot about those portable ones. But hey, if you want a glazed donut, they're in my office. I couldn't resist them today. I had to get me some glazed donuts on the way in. Yeah. But yeah, I just can't believe they charged $2,300 for it, man. That's a lot of dang money. I don't know what they charge here, and quite well, because I teach it, I can't understand anybody paying out any money to learn the stuff, but I understand that people who have never flown a day in their life, you hand them a sectional, they don't even know what's on it. So I understand you have to learn, but I think people are making way too much money on it. You know, I think that's ridiculous. Yeah. Krispy Kreme glazed donuts. Indeed. I would eat them in front of y'all, but I'll save them till 8 o'clock when I'm not on the air, and I can eat them, well, 9 o'clock Eastern. I can eat them in front of Roger and they won't know. Unless they ask. Richard and Janet, good morning. How y'all doing? Oh my goodness, it is getting a little bit late. I did get late to start this morning. Drone worship. Have a wrench, my friend. Dan the man is in the house, people. That's a lot of money, Manic. But if you have to do it and you want to keep flying, I guess that's what you got to do. So how are you doing this morning, Dan? Is everything okay? I don't know what they charge in the States, Mike. Do you know? Because I don't need to check. Well, I thank you, Manic. I tell you what, guys, you know, for those of you in the States, if you want to learn how to read a sectional and things like that, I can do that online on the weekends when I'm at home. It's kind of hard to do here with this equipment, but oh, Dan, just go eat a car. You'll get plenty of iron. Oh, cool. That sounds like fun. Yeah, some of that underwater footage that people have gotten is neat, but I just can't afford one of those drones. My luck, the fish had carried off. Man, it scared you. No, I know there's several people online that offer packages where you can learn what you need to learn. But honestly, guys, it's not that hard. Of course, I guess I got to look back to when in the 70s when I was first learning it. Yeah, it was hard for me to do it, but after you've used it for, well, let's see, 76 till now, 42 years, it kind of becomes second nature. Yeah, that's cool though, Dan. Take advantage of it, man. If they're willing to send it, get out there and use that puppy. It was a neat looking thing. It's a VFR map for flying, Mike. It kind of equates to the old road maps, but it's got a lot more. It's got aviation information on it, okay? And it's like looking from way up high. So you really wouldn't want to try to use it to drive across country, but to fly across country, you would need to have one. Oh, that's right, I forgot you were in Montreal, Husa. We actually had 59 degrees at the house this morning, guys. 59. First taste of fall. Well, actually, we had 46 2 days last week, and then it went right back up to 70 overnight. I'm trying to, if you notice, I'm not looking right at the camera, guys, because I'm trying to pay attention to the chat on the phone. That's working pretty good. Oh. As soon as I said it was working good, it decides to dim itself. So now I can't see it. There we go. Pick it up, Rick, and move it a little bit. Oh, baby. Be careful, man. Lots of aircraft flying around right now. Don't hit them with your drone. I don't want those bear claws to get destroyed. Yeah, you guys are finally getting a taste of fall, soon winter. I'm ready for fall. I don't much care for winter, but then again, where I live, we only get 2 or 3 days of winter. I think I can survive that. If we're lucky, we'll get a week of really cold temperatures. Annually, I would like to see at least 10 days of deep freeze, 10 days in a row, because then you have less gnats next year. No, I don't think he's talking about weed. Maybe somebody is. I think he's talking about underwater drones. Yeah, Michael, you got to be careful in the really cold weather. And you warming the batteries up and putting them in right before you fly helps, but once they're out there in that really cold, they discharge quick, really quick. Speaking of discharge, how many folks saw where Billy lost his Mavic 2 Pro? I don't remember Billy's last name, but he's original Dobo, Ken Dobo friend. And he did a range test over water and then tried to fly it with 0% battery on the way back. And he almost made it to the island, but not quite. Yeah, I understand, man. I am of the same opinion. You and I share our thoughts on that line, most definitely. Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's true, I know. Yeah, it goes quick, man. You got to be careful in the really cold weather. That's for sure. Yeah, Billy Kyle. That's who it is, Billy Kyle. I couldn't remember his last name. Yeah, in my heart of hearts, I was thinking to myself, how stupid can you get? But I didn't want to say that. Did I say that out loud? I'm sorry. But Billy Kyle, how stupid can you get? Yeah, exactly. I was laughing to myself when he says, I've got to start saving up the money to get another one. Oh, give me a break. Yeah. Let's put it this way. Man's got to know his drone's limitations. Now, I'll admit, I've worried sometimes about being able to make it home, but I have never landed under 20% battery. So, and I'm darn sure not going to sit out there flying over water trying to do a range test. Not going to happen, guys. Leastways over land, I can find a place off the shoulder of a road or in somebody's yard or some, whatever, and land it there and then go find it. Yeah, I live in the countryside, so I do a lot of range tests, and I make sure I'm over isolated areas where nobody lives when I do them. But my rule, number one, if it's a calm day, however far I fly out, when it gets to 65% or maybe 60, I turn around and head back. If it's a windy day, I always fly into the wind on the initial leg so that I should have a tailwind on the way back. But yeah, I've come close a couple times, but never below 20%. Now, I've taken batteries below 20%, but not with the drone in the air. Because if I can download my video from the drone when it's powered on, I'll simply power on rather than trying to open up the doors and pull out the card and put the card. I just hook it to the computer. And in those cases, I've gotten as low as 15%, but never below that. Yeah, exactly. Yep, exactly. Exactly, Dan. And that's if it's really wind. Now, if it's a calm day, it doesn't much matter which way you go. But the problem is the wind's aloft. Winds aloft is as low as, say, 200 or 300 feet, can be 180 degrees out from what they are on the surface. Not very often. Usually it takes a little bit higher altitude to get to that. But, hey, good morning. I don't understand the what happened part. Oh, and if you're asking why we're late, I was late getting to work because I had to stop and get gas. And then I tried to link up and I couldn't get a signal, so I had to move to a different location to get a signal. But that's why we got started a little late this morning. And Mr. Crawley, if you're serious about doing what you were talking about earlier, all you got to do is say the word, buddy. Oh, yeah, well, the donuts I got at the gas station. So, yeah, I had to get donuts and I had to get filled back up on Monsters because I drank those great big gobblers. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And the other thing I left a comment on to Billy on, number one, I didn't call him stupid, and what he did was dumb. But I noticed that he transitioned to sport mode to fly it back, and my experience with DJI drones, now somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, but on my range tests, I do them both ways. I'll go out and fly it back on sport, or I'll go out and fly it back in P mode, and I lose less battery in P mode. I akin it to like an aircraft. An aircraft has a speed that's the best range speed. It's the least amount of drag for the most amount of oomph as far as speed goes. You don't just fly an aircraft flat out because you'll be burning gas at an inefficient rate. I think that's the same way the drone works. You go to sport mode and just jam it all the way up to 45 miles an hour, it's going to burn battery really fast. Whereas if you'd stay down around 32 or 33 miles an hour, it'll not go as far as fast, but it will eventually go farther on the same amount of battery. Now, I may be wrong, but that's been my experience. Okay, Pusa, have a good day. Yep, have a good one, my friend. Oh, let me check my... It's just now 7:30. Let's see if I can't stay on to 8. I think I can do it. Oh, silly me. Damn time's right there on my phone. Dummy. Yeah, exactly, Dan. Yeah, because if you go to 45, you've got it in such a tilt, the fuselage or the body of that drone is grabbing a lot of air. You want to reduce the amount of air, the amount of parasitic drag, is what we call it, that fuselage is making. And there's a nominal speed for that, where you'll get the most speed and the least amount of drag. And it's not flat out. Dang, you're staying up late, Magic. Yeah, unless you are really good at maintaining speed, I think you're better off staying in P mode to get the distance. Just won't get there as fast, but you'll go further, I think. Yeah, but how fast does the battery drain at 90? Thank you, Pusa. Y'all have a good one, buddy. Yeah, I don't get on very often. I am trying to see if I can get my wife to let me get on my birthday, which is Halloween, and just stream as long as I can that day. Yeah, I understand, Dan. I totally understand. And don't take me to be a spokesman for DJI. They're just the first drone I ever owned, and I like the features that they have, and that's why I buy them. But I've also had Uniques, and I've had GoPro Karmas, and I've got an Autel Evo. Maybe I need to buy a 3DR. Thanks, Pusa. Of course, if I do it on Halloween, I'm going to be in as my gorilla suit. I hear you, Dan. Yeah, but that would put some excitement in there. Hey, Dan, you're the man when it comes to some of this stuff. I want to know, do they make a tiny whoop that has an on-board and on the aircraft recording capability. Because I would love to have a tiny whoop to fly around the house and in tight places and stuff, but I don't want to have to get a set of goggles yet that have a DVR in order to get that film captured. I thought the Wizard would do it, but evidently it doesn't, because the only thing that came off of my SD card was the the flight log information. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, you guys all know there's two different areas, and they're not completely juxtaposed, but there's those of us who want to go out and do cinematography, and you know, you can fly those kinds of drones. And then there's those of us who want to eventually end up doing flips, and some of us that are already doing flips and whatnot. And it's just like having two different worlds is all. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh, Corey man, good morning. Hang on just a second, let me check something. Yes, you do not have a wrench, my friend. You have one now. That way I won't well, I can still accidentally kick you out, I found out yesterday. But nobody else will. Yeah, that's what I thought. Oh well. Yeah, I can believe that, Mike. Yeah, I can believe that. You know, but there's so many different things you can do, and both types of drones have their purpose, and it all boils down to, you know, what do you want to do? Well, I like doing videos more than anything, but I still want to be able to fly around and do the fancy flips and whoops. So I'm headed there, just not getting there very fast. Yeah, maybe someday. Yeah, there you go. The cinematography drones, they're for when you want a nice peaceful flight, just to kind of sit back and relax. And if you want to amp up on adrenaline, you go and fly a racer. Exactly. Well, I'm sorry, Dan. You're going to have to work on that. Oh, she's not complaining. I'm sorry. Never mind. And it's not even 9 o'clock yet. Oh, that only works at night. Never mind. Well, it's after 9 last night. Oh, shit. You guys are driving me crazy. I think I broke a peak count today, guys. I think my peak count before this was like 11 or 12, and I think I saw 17 earlier, and if I didn't, I still see 15 now, so thank you all very much. It makes me happy. Yeah, I got 3 birthdays to deal with this month. My grandson turned 6 on the, well, actually, he turned 6 today. I got to call him and tell him happy birthday because they're celebrating it on Saturday. But I'm going to have to call him on the phone and tell him happy birthday. Oh, wait a minute, he's in school. Crap. Yeah, he's already in school. I have to call him after school. So, thanks, DJ. Thanks, Gene. Thank you, Mr. Crawley. Yeah, it's much appreciated, guys. Go get on the throne there, Dan. Have a good one. Thank you, Michael. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to hold on till 8 o'clock before I have my donut. Hey, you guys that are up in the north, does Krispy Kreme up there still have we used to call them peanut logs. They were like a long, almost like a hot dog, a little bit thicker than a hot dog shaped donut, and it was rolled in crushed peanuts. I used to love those things. And they don't have them down here. I don't know why. But I can remember working on the shipping dock as a young kid growing up in the summer, and just sitting on the back of that shipping dock waiting for the Krispy Kreme right across the street to open up so I could go over and get some of those things. That's a long time ago. Hell, that's over 50 years. Yeah, I don't know about Canada. I was from Pennsylvania, is where I grew up. And I just remember the Krispy Kremes up there had them. They were my favorite all-time donut. Yeah, I understand, Mike. I understand. Sounds like a cinnamon roll. They weren't balls, they were like a log. But like I say, I came in the Army in '74, and the first time I went home, I tried to find them, and I couldn't find them. And the Krispy Kremes down here don't have them. I guess they must have just discontinued them or something, because they sure were good. Yeah, exactly, Mike. Yeah, we get to eat all the crap so we can be healthy. See, I don't get to go to a Krispy Kreme. The nearest Krispy Kreme is 35 miles. Well, from where I work, it's 18 miles away. But they deliver to the gas stations around, even the gas station on post. But I've never seen any kind of peanut-covered donut. Yeah, do the taste test. If it tastes good, it must not be good for you. Yes, indeedy. Well, I'm sorry. I'm back down to close to 200, so I know what I'm doing is okay. I eat a little bit of what I like, and then just don't eat a whole lot. So I just don't get as much of what I like as I used to. Try to cut back on lunch severely, and then just eat a big dinner. And it's been working. Yep, so Mama was right. All that stuff she tried to feed you that tasted like crap, it was good for you. Yes, indeed it was. Yep, good old poop heads. Well, thank you, Lloyd. Had a blast last night. I never did see your feed come up, and I waited about 10-15 minutes. Did you ever get that working last night, my friend? Oh, sorry, Richard. Okay, well, I'm sorry I missed it, Lloyd. But you guys shut down about 10 minutes before I usually go to bed, so I waited and waited, and I figured you were just probably having a little trouble getting the Skype to work or something. Sand and crap toasted together. Oh, you couldn't get melon. Okay. Okay. But you got your vlog running. Okay. Oh no. You snuck in one, huh? Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that last night. Even Mel's feed, I think it shut down twice while I was trying to watch it. So I don't know. I've never tried to use Skype. I'm not that good at this stuff anyway, as you can tell. Uh, Sometimes it takes me forever to get on when Val or the boys want me on with them. Yeah, go sit in the timeout chair, Mr. Crawley. You were a bad boy. You ate a donut. Oh my goodness. Hey, how's Rory doing? I haven't seen him in a while. I haven't heard you mention him. He hasn't eaten any wires or anything, has he? Excuse me. Oh yeah, it was a blast. I was having a ball, man. It was so funny. Mel's a great guy. You are too, and the two of you together just, make for a good show, man. You really do. If more people would come, more people would find out your secret, though, Lloyd. You're not so grumpy. But I did get a little shocked when you put your hat on like this last night, after that speech you gave on one of your daily vlogs. But then I realized you were trying to look like your picture. You mean as far as device? Right now I'm on my iPad. Abbott and Costello. Yeah, it kind of did remind me of that. No, I have not since the other day when Val had Stone Wolf on and Merchant He pretty much took over the show Sunday night. And I don't think anybody even saw me juggling balls in the background or doing my dance in the background because I don't think I was ever shown to anybody because those two just kept talking and talking and talking. So the only people that saw me were Val and Kim and Roger because it shows in the bottom of the stream, the little tiny cameras. Yeah, donuts are a hit, that's for sure. Oh yeah, it was great. Sunday night, Stone Wolf hadn't shown up. He was having trouble getting home or something, so I went on. And of course, I was in my gorilla suit wearing Mel's hat from 400 AGL. And then Stone Wolf finally showed up, and we had some fun with just Stone Wolf. And then all of a sudden, Merch popped in. It's like, oh, this show's over. Oh, baby. You better open that gate, Gene. Yeah. Oh, you gonna watch Lloyd's trip to Walmart? Yeah, Lloyd has some fun trips, my friend. I'm here to tell you. Now I'm jealous, Gene. I still can't get fat sharks yet. Oh boy. Now you know we all expect to see some decent unboxings and mail calls, guys. Don't be greedy. Give some of us who can't afford to open packages every day, you know, some joy now. Okay, Mr. Crawley, be good. Say hi to Rory for me. Y'all take care. Ooh, what time is it? Oh, we still got time. We got plenty of time. And for those of you who are in here, if you have not watched Mr. Crawley's drone safety video, it's only about, I think, 59 seconds long. You need to go to his site. You need to find his drone safety video. It is crucial for people to watch it. It really is. He did an excellent job on it. Yeah, I still got to hook the wizard up the beta flight and see if it can tell me why things aren't working. Maybe it will, maybe it won't, I don't know. What I really need to do is take the time to sit down with Chris online and show him a picture of what it's doing when I try to get it to start, and he can probably instantly tell me what's wrong. Oh boy. Oh yeah, it's a good video. It's only 59 seconds long. And that's about all I'm going to say. Yeah, I've got an X220S and got to fly it twice. And then obviously the battery ran out. And on the first flight, I'd accidentally didn't have the balancer secured, and the rotors chopped off the balancer on that battery, so that battery I can't charge. So I had to wait for more batteries to come in, and it took about 2-3 weeks from Banggood to get some batteries. It's no problem, Mike. You take care. But when the new batteries came, I charged them up, put them in, and it just won't start. I've tried to rebind it, so I think it's bound to the controller, but it simply will not go into the engine's arm or the motor's arm mode. Yeah, I got it on sale. It was a decent price, so you know. But I probably should have went something smaller initially. So, but I had it flying pretty good. You know, the last time I flew it, I tried to land it, and it did kind of roll around a little bit and then die. I didn't think nothing of it because the battery was getting low, and I couldn't tip it back up. I guess I should have at least taken the time to check to see if I could still arm the motors on it. But yeah, the motors just won't arm, so I don't know what's up. But I got too many irons in the pot right now to mess with it. Yeah, exactly. Good morning, Roger. How you doing? Yeah, I understand. I I've tried twice to get Betaflight to run on my laptop at home, and it keeps crashing, so I don't know why. It's a fairly new laptop. But I've got it on this Alienware that I have here. I need to take this one home, and because it's running on it. Oh, that's right, winter's coming. Sorry about that, Roger. Pixel, how you doing? Everything's going pretty good here. Not bad at all. Just chilling, huh? Good. Ooh, somebody had snow already? Woohoo! Dalton, I didn't know you were from PA. Whereabouts? See, I learn something every day. Oh, okay, so you're close to Mike. Okay. Well, I grew up in Scranton. Well, born in Scranton, grew up in Clark Summit, which is 8-10 miles north of Scranton. Somewhere between 8 and 10 miles or so. Well, that's good. You guys ought to get together. Oh, oatmeal? You know, what was it at your house this morning? 59 at mine, but then I was up a little tiny bit. Well, you get up at 5:30, don't you? Yeah. 4:30? Oh, you get up even earlier than me. Well, thank you, Roger. It means a lot coming from you because I know you do a fantastic job. I just thoroughly enjoy my time when I come in there, even if I don't get to type a whole lot and all I get to do is listen. After all, still do have to do some work. Luckily, it's the kind of job where I work on my computer while I listen to you. It's kind of like having a talk show in the background. Only it's a talk show that's talking about stuff I like to talk about. So that makes it a really good talk show. Yeah, I was born in Scranton. Came in the Army in 1974, ain't been back since. Married a Alabama girl and retired in Alabama. Used to tell folks I was a damn Yankee. It's a guy that comes down south realizes it's a good thing when he sees it, and then sticks around for the rest of his life. And then my wife pointed out that I was 19 when I came in the Army, and I'm 65 now, so I've spent a lot more time down south than I have up north, so I'm not a damn Yankee anymore. I'm a frickin' redneck. I'll tell you a funny one. We lost our stand-up freezer during the storm, so we had to replace it. And went to Lowe's, and I said, I'm not buying another stand-up. All we need is a chest freezer to keep meat in and keep little stuff in. The stuff that can't fit in the refrigerator freezers that we have two of. That's all we need. And she agreed, so we got that. Well, Lowe's, I didn't want them to take the old freezer away. I'm going to try to fix it. But I needed a replacement immediately. Well, they took it, but they wouldn't take it all the way out to where I wanted it. They left it right out behind the house. She goes, I want that damn thing moved. It looked like a bunch of damn white trash with a refrigerator sitting in the backyard. And so I had to go move the freezer immediately and put it out there in the man cave. She just tickled me to death. Oh, Lord. But yep, I actually entered the Army in Wilkes-Barre, Pennsylvania at the reception center downtown Wilkes-Barre, even though I wasn't from Wilkes-Barre. And I entered in the Vietnam era. Never got to go to Vietnam. Not that anybody wanted to, but always felt a little guilty that lost a lot of cousins in Vietnam and I never got to go. That's just the way it was meant to be. Well, let me see. Oh, Lordy. Guys, it's already 8 o'clock. I have got to shut this down and head over to Rogers. I really do appreciate y'all coming in. I had a really good time today, and I'm glad the signal's better. I'll try to do it from here every day that I can do it. But y'all have a blessed day, and take care, and fly, take pictures, post them, do all those things you like to do. Yeah, that's for sure, Lloyd. Grits, girls raised in the South. Most definitely. That's what grits are. Everybody thinks it's something you eat, but it's not. It's girls raised in the South. Thank you, Lloyd. That means a lot. Anyway, y'all guys have a good one. I'm going to shut her down, and I will see you at the Canadian Drone Network a little later. Bye. Take care. God bless.